was a good picture. Anyway, I was thinking I'm late for work. So I was wondering if you're talking to myself. I get into the mood and eating breakfast. It's like, I need to eat breakfast, but I should have logged in first. It usually takes like 5 to 10 minutes because the computer sometimes gets really picky about when it wants to open. But, so I'm going to be slightly late for work again. I keep saying that I want to do really good at work, but then I end up turning up late. And it's like, it should be in 10 minutes early. And I'll be like up to 5 minutes late with the uploading of this computer. So just waiting for the computer to wake up. But I was saying in my previous video, which was cut out because of whatever, I really regret signing up to two trading platforms because I was thinking that yesterday because I'm just wasting like hundreds of dollars each month. I just feed it hundreds of dollars and I'm already spending hundreds of dollars each month on Lotto, and this is just another high-end expenditure, and I'm like going, oh my gosh, I spent so much money. Sometimes it's only $2.50 a month, but I've got two accounts now and they just gobble your money. Like in the last day I must have given both accounts around at least $700, if not more, because it's like $2.50 here. One of them's a pretty good account. Your minimum spend is $20, so you don't have to put more than $50. But with it as it was, I had to feed it a few $100s, and then my other account needed like $500, so it's like $800, and I'm like, why do I do this to myself? I know my intention is to earn money so that in the future I might have money, but I've sort of got rising debts on the accounts, and you have to put in more money to sort of make sure that your account doesn't close all of a sudden, and you're like going, why am I doing this to myself? I mean, I've already tried it a couple of times previously, and each time it doesn't work out because I go cheap when it's like, I go very cheap when I'm getting like the high percentage. Like near the beginning of the year I had $10,000 in one of my accounts, and then I accidentally clicked, I closed two strains of profit, and that was just one too many, and it automatically closed, and I had $10,000 in there, and I was like, you bet. But no, I was very upset with myself. I knew I should have closed one and then, reopened the same amount and then closed the other one, but I did close them both at the same time, and that just threw the margins out of whack, and it automatically closed, and I was like, that is just the worst thing ever to happen when you have like $10,000. And I only put it like, I must have put like only around $1,000, and I had built up to $10,000. And I was like, oh, that's a shame. No, I was kicking and fuming. I was watching TV. I was like, but then I started again, and now I've got like almost $3,000 in the same account. I had to start all over again. Like, this was like 2 months ago I started all over again around about. And I've got almost $3,000, and I've put in probably around, another 1,000, I guess. So I'm just hoping that I can make it rise real quick, because sometimes it rises really quickly, other times it rises really slowly, and you're spending weeks wondering when it'll rise. The other account that I have is a new account. I just saw the ad on an app, and I just opened an account, and this week I had to feed it. Usually I'm not touching it, and I literally started with like $50 deposit, and I haven't really needed to touch it that much. But this week I had to put a few $100s in it to keep it going because the margins were very tight. I have all profits on that one, so I've got all buys and no sells. And it's because I couldn't be bothered putting the initial $1,000 deposit in, and that will give you access to your buys and sells. And so I'm limited to just buys at the moment, and I'm like, and everything there is on a sell. Like, you only earn money when you sell it there at the moment. But if I put a sell in, which I have quite a few times, it'll go on buy, and I'm like, so I have a lot of what's the time? Oh, it's almost 10 past. It's my break, guys. So I have a lot of buys just waiting for the things to go up so that the buys can profit. And I'm like, if it just zoomed right up, I'd have like a few $100s right away. But I don't think it's gonna just zoom up because it's just taken forever for it to get off its cells. And it's taken forever to get on the buy. I've got a big line of buys because I've thought it was gonna go on a buy here and there. And then I was like, hurry up and open. I want to see what I'm doing today. And then I was like, guessing when it was going to turn upwards so that the buyers can profit. And then it's like, it kept on dipping down into a sell. And so I've got like several $100s on your buy while it's been dipping. And I'm like, and so I had to save my account yesterday. This is why I had to put in so much money, because I had to save the account. Otherwise it was going to extinguish because there's a lot of debts on the buys that I've been plotting here and there as the thing's gone down on a sell. And I'm like going, hurry up and get in a buy. But it looks like it might be turning upwards. But I'm not sure if it is, but yeah, it looks like it might be turning the other way. And I'm like, finally I can get some money out of this. But I haven't really made money on that account. It's just been sitting there and everything's been on a sell for weeks. And I'm like, when does it go on a buy, you know? So hopefully next week, maybe. And then I can stop freaking out about all this money I've been putting in to recover the account from the sell, you know, the dip going down. It's very tormentful because you don't know how much money you're going to put in to save your account. And I'm telling myself I should just like cut my savings and put like $1 or $2 grand in there. And then I should be able to do your buys and sells, but I haven't yet. Because $1 or $2 grand for me is like, you know, it's bad enough that I put like $800 this week. So $1 or $2 grand's like an obscene amount of money to put loose all at the one time. This just isn't working. What the hell's wrong with this fucking thing? I'm not accessing this page where I get to see what I'm doing today. It's been 10 minutes. I knew I should have logged in before I cooked breakfast. I'll never learn. It's just not opening. Like, seriously, it's just sitting here, blank screen. I'm getting distressed because if I don't start on time, I can get fired. So I should just like, I would assume that I'm doing a specific job, but I'm just going to log in just so people can say I'm logged in, and then I'll change the job if I'm on my WSC instead of my ASS. Sometimes technology just does not work, you know. It's very disappointing. But it doesn't help that I'm in a rush because it's been 10 minutes and I'm 10 minutes late. And everyone on record. I have to put my earphones on too. But yeah, that's why I regret sort of signing up for all this stuff, because it's like, it just eats your money so much. All those trading accounts. I started with the ambition that, oh yeah, in the future I'll have more money. But it's like, it just eats your money. And like I was saying before, it's like, it's an eating money pet. You're just feeding your pet money. And it's like, it's stupid. It really, it does feel like a waste of time. But then again, I had, only spent one or two grand previously, and I had $10,000 in my account before I accidentally made a boo-boo that caused it to close. So, but I'm trying one last time, and if my efforts fail, I'm just not gonna do it anymore, because I just find that you're trying to live the dream, but it's not turning into a dream. It's just wasting your money, and you're like, you could spend your money on other things. I mean, it'd be better if buying investments. This page is just not working. It's been like 5 minutes. Anyway, so that's why I regret, because I have two gobbling money accounts, and they just don't do it for me. I probably end up going to be finding out it's a waste of money after I spent maybe $3,000 more. So, but I'm trying it once again, because I always feel like I'm close, but then I go cheap, and then it like puts my account under threat, and I'm like, I sort of feel like I'll almost have it, but I don't. So that's why I bothered to try again, because I do make money, and I do have like $10,000 there before it closed. So, and I didn't put like that much amount of money in there. So there is some promise to the scheme, but if it fails again, I'm just going to give up and go back to just buying investing. Like yesterday, I bought $100 worth of clothes, which my parent is going to freak out about, just to be able to sell it online, because I have nothing selling online. Yay, it's open now. And I sort of just wanted it there. And clothes you don't have to package very heavily, so I just said, that's it. I'm buying some clothes. So AECD. What's AEC? F. Yep. I just found out I'm in the wrong survey, so I have to log in again. But yeah, if you're thinking about opening trading, it's really risky. So unless you got a lot of money and it's just like really easy for you to spend thousands of dollars, then sure enough you can do it. But if you like don't have much money, then it's really risky for you to do it. And I'm sort of on the lower scale with my money, which is why I bothered to open it too, so I can say, oh, I've got some money, it's in this trading account here. But but it just has been a waste of money. I've wasted thousands of dollars on it, and I'm like, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars, but at the moment it's just thousands. But when you realize you could have bought like a large TV, or a nice, really exotic pet, or something wonderful for you, and you're spent on this stupid trading account that just blew up, and now you don't have anything in it, it's like, becomes very disappointing. So unless you're ready to just gonna check this. Unless you're ready to just lose a bit of money, you will never be ready to own a trading account. And you have to sort of be well set in your mind that you might lose your money. So that's what I found anyways. So, but who I live with, they're worse than me. They tried a trading account. I think they lost their couple of $100 that they had deposited initially because they don't like to check things every day, and it's something that you have to look at every day because literally in a couple of hours you know there might be movement in the things, and you can lose all your money in a couple of hours, and you're like, what, I just went to bed, I went to sleep for a couple of hours and I've lost everything after a couple of hours. You know, that happened to me once and I was like, oh, I was so mad. Like, I can't even sleep for a couple of hours. But I dropped the platform I had been on because it hadn't processed my deposit, and it has a really seedy system. So I moved on to trading platforms that have immediate deposit, like via PayPal or bank account or whatever. They get it immediately. So I like to do the PayPal version of a deposit because it just gets in there right away, and it's like no probs with that. So I had to skip through platforms, and the couple that I'm using are good ideas, but you still lose money if you don't bother to put more money in at the right time. So you're like, feeding my little monster, my money gobbling monster, and I want to be independent one day. I'm literally long overdue with that path to independence. I'm like almost 40 now, and I'm like, I really should have been independent by now, but it just doesn't work out. But anyway, yeah, it seems you need to be a qualified billionaire to survive in today's society because things cost money. So as much as I want to move out, it's like I'm finding it hard to believe that I can. So anyway, I've got to get to work now. So, but there are literally like quite deep regrets to starting trading. So I think if it folds once again, I'm just going to give up because you can make more money on investing, says my big hoard of stuff that hasn't ever sold. But literally, you can make more money investing. At least it's not like feeding your money into a gobbling machine, where it can all disappear real quick. You know, you're just investing is more like just purchasing something perhaps lower than retail value and then just selling it at retail value. So that's all investing is, and then you definitely make a profit once it sells. But sometimes it takes years for something to sell, and you're like, why doesn't this sell? It's so cute and I love it. You know, why doesn't it sell? And it's like, but you do find that things sell eventually, you know, even if you've stored it for a couple of years. You need a good storage space because you might be sitting on your nest egg for a while. But it sells eventually. But who I'm living with is not going to be impressed that I've bought a few things for investment. They're all like heavy knit jumpers I bought for like $5, and they're literally down from 80. And I'm like, I probably shouldn't have bought as many as I did. Bought 20. But yeah, people get sick of me though because I literally have so much stuff. It's not funny. So I've got a big lifelong hoard of stuff, and I've got like 2 things of clothes that I just need to get rid of or wear myself. So I've got so many clothes already, and I'm like, so I was tossing and turning last night because I felt guilty over having had ordered 20 things, and sure enough they were cheap, but I still felt guilty, and I was like, my parent isn't gonna like me when I get like 20 packages of stuff. True enough, two of the clothings is for me because my jacket's not quite warm enough, and when I go outside I kind of freeze. But that's why I did buy skivvies apparently. But I bought also a couple of thicker jackets, and I was like, oh, they're down from 115. They were 13. they were literally $13 down from 150, and I was like, I've got to get those jackets. They look snug as a bug. I mean, I love my jacket. It's a great jacket. I mean, if there's a cyclone, it's the best because it's weatherproof. But when it comes to warmth, it's not that warm. So, and I don't have my warmer jackets. I left them in storage. So I was like, I just bought myself a couple more. One of them's a lovely suede jacket. I love suede. It's like I had suede pants once, and they lasted like over 5 years, and they were the best. And I only gave them away because I felt uncomfortable to wear. And so I gave them away. I gave them away for like 5 cents on an online sale, and I had paid for the postage and everything. And as much as that's a great sale to someone, for me it's like a little bit of heartbreak because I mean I love those pants. And so I said, a suede jacket just for me. So you literally had 13 hours to buy these things, and I was like, and so I bought the jackets as well as 18 other things. I'm gonna be in trouble. I just know it, and I hate to feel like I'm gonna be scolded, but I know I am. But that's okay. I'll sell them. I'll sell them. It's cool. It's cool, even if it takes a year. But no, they're really nice clothing, and I just said, my little aching fingers cannot stop once I see a good bargain, and I'm like, I just need to buy them. I just said to myself, I need to buy these. They're so cheap. And so I did. So I literally saved $1,500. I paid her like $150. So I saved $1,500 from original price. And so to me, that's $1,500 investment. Potentially. Anyway, I know I'm going to get in big trouble. I was thinking last night, I hate to be scared of getting in trouble because it's so baby, and I'm like almost 40, and I shouldn't be scolded over what I'm doing. It just should make sense. So this is all I'm going to buy, except for I need to buy vitamins, and I'm probably going to buy vitamins, but this is literally all I'm going to buy for my investment. I just wanted to put something on I literally just want to put something on my internet, and I was like, I have drawings on there, and I'm like, that's not good enough, and so I just put some things, and hopefully they'll sell. But it's a good investment idea. I don't know how much money I'll make though, because I put it down to the price that I bought it. So people have the option to reduce the price if they want. Except for the jackets, they're mine. And maybe one or two of the jumpers too. This is the only jumper I have with me, and it's a nice jumper. It's just, oh no, I did buy the other one. I did buy the other one made out of wool. And I did buy the skivvy. I should be wearing the skivvy now, but I need to wash my clothes. And hopefully tomorrow will be the kind of day where I can get my clothes washed and dried. Anyway, I've got to stop talking and get back to work because I want to make myself a cup of tea. I'm so cold feeling. And I really wanted tea because my stomach was gurgling last night. Literally all night my stomach was gurgling its own little tune, and I was like, oh, I need some tea today. But I haven't had tea yet. Anyway, I better get going and stop yucking and start working. Make myself some tea.